Welcome back to another episode of Fortune or Folly. On today's episode, we're working on some PS Vitas. Now, these ones are kind of exciting because basically no matter what happens here, I'm going to make a profit, which is pretty cool because I only paid, I believe it was, the breakdown was $23 for each of these, which is kind of a steal considering the damage that we're looking at. So let's go ahead and do some testing on these really quick. Some of these were labeled. Yeah, so screen doesn't work on this one, allegedly. Let's go ahead and test each one first. So yeah, I've done a couple things to try to get this to display, and yeah, I think this is just actually the screen doesn't come on at all. I do see a little bit of backlight, but yeah, we knew it wouldn't work necessarily, but I didn't know what type of damage we were looking at. But yeah, just no image whatsoever. On to the next one. This one here, I have been testing it for a hot minute now. I popped in a game, which our tester game right here is God Eater 2, so that's cool. But the games work, all the buttons work, sound works as you can hear, memory card works, all the buttons work. The only thing I can see that's wrong with this one, oh, and the cameras work as well, is that there is a little bit of frame damage here, and it is kind of dirty. So, and also the sticks are missing their covers, but they still work. But no screen damage, no dead zones on the touch, everything seems pretty solid. So I'm honestly gonna just give this one a nice clean, and this one is already set to go. And our last one in the list here seems to have basically every problem. So it's got stick drift on this guy here, going crazy. The allegedly not reading games, I haven't been able to test that because I can't get past this menu. And then there's also screen damage. We can see there's a line in the display here. So we got a number of things to work out. So that's fun. But I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna start on the first generation Vita that we have for that screen, just so we can also narrow down if there's any more issues going on with it that I'll need to order parts for. I'm also honestly really impressed by the condition that this one is in, because especially like it's older, like I said, I'm under the impression it's a first generation, but there's no like yellowing on the stickers or anything like that. There's no like marks on it really, scratches, anything. The joystick covers are here. It's in remarkable condition, which is pretty cool. But let's go ahead and start tearing this down then. It is also really remarkable just looking at the difference between these two iterations of the Vita, because we have these here that are presumably second generation, and the thickness is drastically different. The connectors are different, the cartridge readers are different, the card readers are different. It's just really interesting how substantially different the same system can be. Okay, we can see the battery is stored here. So we've got a number of flexes coming off of it. So I'm just gonna grab my disassembly stick, go from here. Let's see, that one just a top push out. This appears to just be a regular flex, but I don't wanna damage it, so just be a little cautious. Yeah, it's just a regular push-off one. But we can leave this as is because we're not replacing the back, just the actual front part here. So this looks pretty basic, just in 3 sections. Again, really reminiscent of the Switch actually, like the Switch Lite with how the daughter board connector is. Which, I'm not saying that there's necessarily a lot of different ways you can approach this to make it different in the first place, but it is neat to kind of look at similarities. Oh no, it has these pressure tabs. So these pressure tabs right here, I hate them. They're the same ones that they use in the 3DS, and those things die like nobody's business. Like, usually they're like permanently fucked whenever you take them off. I hate them for that. But hopefully this is not gonna be like that, because I need to remove that piece. Oh, I don't like that I'm gonna have to physically remove that button from there. That's always sketchy on things like that, because it's like that on the A series phones as well. I honestly don't know what's holding this in right now. Unless it's literally just glue, but I don't want to just pry, you know? I don't want to bend the board or something stupid. Oh my gosh, there's a screw underneath the camera? In what universe? Why? What? How the fuck was I supposed to predict that? That's some bullshit. Unplug the display. Wow, that is some bullshit. Are you kidding? A fucking camera? I mean, a fucking screw under the camera? Maybe I should start looking up guides on these before I start taking them apart instead of just winging it. But that kind of hurts my pride in a way, I feel like. Maybe that's just a me problem. I feel so silly. Okay, there we go. We got all the clips on now. Got that back lined up. And now I screw in this bullshit. Man, that's so stupid. Okay, let's transfer over the big things then. So power button is barely adhered, it looks like. Okay, now let's put some alcohol. I don't want to play with fire here. Adhesive is always scary business on flex cables like this. There we go. And are we missing anything else? It does not look like it, so I'm gonna set this aside. And let's get back to reassembling. And hopefully these pressure tabs don't react the same way as the 3DS ones, and we have a little bit of an easier go of it. Because I really don't want to relive that experience. Okay, button's all feeling good. I should have the battery to turn it on. Let's see. Hey, there we go. PS Vita. And then once that fully boots, we can actually fully give it a proper test. Okay, I do just want to test one more thing with the game. As long as it reads this, then we should be all in the clear. Immediately right on it. Oh, it needs a memory card. Oh, well, I don't have one of those to test with. But that works for me. That is fully working. That's one down. That's so exciting. That was actually fairly simple. That was really straightforward. I also really love the screens on these consoles. They just look so good. But I'll get that reset, and then that one's one down. Okay, so on to the next one. First things first, I did go ahead and try to clean that joystick to see if it was gonna resolve the stick drift, and it doesn't. So that will need replaced, but I do want to also check, because it did say on the back that it wasn't reading games, but I want to make sure that that's accurate. Yeah, no reaction at all to plugging that in. That's not good. So it's going to need a cartridge reader potentially, and although on that first one it looked almost like that was soldered on, but that's just going off of memory. I don't remember it being like unpluggable, but this is also a different revision, ignoring everything else. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is one, I can't really narrow down what is causing that, like which one's causing that drift. I think it's the one on the left, or I mean the right. But I think I'm just going to unplug it and see if it stops it to be certain. Because I think you can I think like the only way I can test it was by going through the settings. And I'm under the impression that in the settings menu, you can scroll with both of those. So I want to make sure that that is for sure which stick, if they are different. Oh hey, this one comes with a memory stick. It's got a 16 gigabyte PS Vita card. 16 gigabyte PS Vita card. That is so neat. The battery is not connected to the back frame on this one, so testing it while it is on, or testing that joystick while it's on, does look like it's going to be a good thing. Oh shit, I just had it restart. Whoops. It is still happening, although that could just be because the signal was still going through, which means that it could be I may just need to restart it, but let's double check with that one. Oh wow, okay, no. So yeah, it's caused by this stick here. I wonder if it'll re-register if I plug it back in while it's on. No, it doesn't. But yeah, so stick drift appears to be from this guy over here. So we're gonna need a left joystick. But okay, let's get that unplugged. And let's start on this screen. Now, I do actually have a black screen for this, but I accidentally bought a white screen for that other one because I just kind of assumed they all had screen issues, so I bought all of them. But I think it'd be kind of neat if we did a white screen swap on this. So we had this white frame with the black buttons. I think that would be kind of cool. So I'm going to use this one instead, just because, just for the love of the game. And yeah, let's just kind of get to it then. That was so fucking easy to remove. Like, that was ridiculously easy. That's rad. Also, these look so substantially different. Like, it's kind of tripping me up. I did just realize that the plastic on here snapped off when I picked this up earlier. So hopefully that actually is fully snapped down and isn't going to cause us problems. Although knowing my luck, it probably will, but we're going to ignore that for now. And just move on like normal. Oh, I totally forgot to look at the cartridge reader. Well, you know what? I have to do it later anyway, so I'm just going to assemble the screen for testing, and then I'll probably do that in a separate video, just to get it done for now. Okay, I do have battery. Oh, it flickered. Please don't keep flickering. That's not a good sign. Let me wipe that off. Was that my imagination? Okay, that might have been my imagination. Let's actually try to do some stuff and see if it starts flickering again. Oh, what? Was it both the sticks? We're drifting? That's annoying. Touch seems to be good. Okay. Well, I mean, otherwise, that's good though. So I just need to order some parts for it, and I'll probably do that in a Fortune's Final Word video. But that looks really sick. I really like those black buttons. I kind of want to keep this one. Not that I would do anything with a PS Vita. I already have an Odin 2, which I might make a video on that, actually. Sound off in the comments if you want an Odin video. And there we are. I'm actually producing this one directly after uploading that DS video, so I don't really have any updates to the profits that I can show you, and obviously I haven't sold any of those PS Vitas yet because I literally just repaired them in one sitting. So I'll get those listed and we will see how it goes from there. And like I said, I'll probably do a Fortune's Final Word video on doing that game cartridge and those joysticks later on. So this one was a pretty quick video for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.